Welcome, buzzers, to AFTERBUZZ TV's Lucifer After Show. We are on episode 7, entitled My Little Monkey.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AFTERBUZZ TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
I just want a slow 80s run for you guys.
Damn.
Sure, the headlights behind you. Right.
Don't hold back. I'm just going to sing the chorus for you.
I'm so glad we found this song. Yeah.
Okay, I'm sure you guys are tired of the singing. There we go. There's the chorus.
Come on, man. Come on.
Yeah, we need the lyrics up here.
Oh, yeah.
I do know the words.
Okay, we're going to start the show. Hold on. I'm sure you're done with our singing, so welcome to the Lucifer After Show, not karaoke night at AFTERBUZZ TV. I am so sorry. My name is Alikona Bradford. I'd like to welcome you and thank you so much for joining us on tonight's show. Be sure to follow all of us. I'm at Boys and Beauty 01, and before we get into the introductions over there, I just want to say, make sure that if you are watching live, you are co-hosting live. All you have to do is join the hashtag ABTVLucifer, and we'll read your comments, and you could be a part of this fun little party, 80s style. Now go ahead and say hello.
Yes, hi, I'm one of your hosts. I'm Ryann Graham, and you can follow me on Twitter at Ryan with 2 N's Graham, and on Instagram at Instagram.
Nice. And I'm Samantha Benitz. You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Samantha_Benitz, Benitz.
Okay, so before we start this episode, I have a little message for all our ladies that are paying attention. And gentlemen too, I mean, you can get involved. But the reason you get to watch these amazing after shows for free is because we partner up with some pretty fantastic people. And tonight I want to share one with you because, you know, I am your beauty experts of the evening. And so there's this really awesome product called BeautyCon Box. And it's pretty amazing. So get this, right? This thing, it's got your Redken, it's got your face wash, Better Than Sex mascara.
There
ladies.
you are.
Sold.
Men, you might want some too.
I will take a pair.
I don't know. But either way, so every season you get a box loaded with all these amazing goodies that I'm going to try not to drop. And it's worth $150 and you only pay $30 for it. So pretty cool.
Deal of the century.
Yeah, exactly. You get it every season. You can either pay for it, the $30, shipping and handling, or you get an annual membership. And what's really cool is if you pay up front, you get $20 off.
Oh.
What's even cooler, because we love you, because the $20 off is from BeautyCon, 20% off is courtesy of AFTERBUZZ. So all you have to do is put in the promo code BUZZBOX, and then you will get 20% off and your $20 off if you do the annual package. So all you have to do is go to beautycon.com/box and sign up for this amazing stuff because I'm so excited. Like literally, don't drop
This
your
is the good
content.
Can't even hold it how
Better in the
excited you
box.
are.
But anyways, now that I've gotten that conversation going, let's talk a little bit about Lucifer because he's pretty fabulous looking as well. And
Good looking guy.
very much so.
Very
much so.
manscaped.
But you know what? There's a lot of Chloe action going on this episode.
Yeah.
And I really liked, I feel like, and I could be wrong, correct me at home in the comment box, but we got a lot of flashbacks, and I feel like this is the most we've had at all.
I was like, whoa, flashback central, because I honestly don't remember too many flashbacks throughout the series
Me
at
neither.
all. So I'm
Like,
like,
at all.
okay. So I love that they started throwing it at us, and I was like, when it first happened, I was like, whoa, this was an aggressive opening to the episode to see someone get shot, and then we find out that it's Chloe's dad, and then we go into that story, and you see why Chloe got involved with the police enforcement and with law enforcement, and how she really followed in its footsteps, and how this still affects her today. So it was kind of interesting and fascinating to see that new aspect of Chloe.
Right.
I know. I totally agree. I think this was like one of my favorite episodes so far of all the seasons and the 2 seasons so far. And seeing all of these characters getting vulnerable for the first time to a point where I was like, wow, this show actually makes me want to cry, which usually TV shows won't really get me there. It takes me a while. I have to be super invested. And after watching, you know, all these procedurals, you don't really get too caught up with the characters per se. But this time I was like, wow, we're getting something from Dan. We're getting something from Lucifer, from Chloe. And hearing her backstory just makes you connect so much. And it made me realize, like, why she's such, a passionate cop, and it really just brought a lot of substance to the story, I thought.
Yeah. I really liked actually the way they painted her father, because it was such a short scene, but it told so much about the relationship. And I love the fact, because in the past we heard reference to, you know, the high school bathtub, what was it, hot tub, high school? Yeah. And of course she was really embarrassed about it when it came up, you know, a long time ago. But to hear her father, even though he was like, you know, whatever, but he was so proud of her. And there was the reference of, you know, Grandpa used to bring me these sandwiches every Thursday after acting class. I'm like, wow, like they obviously had a really great relationship, and not only that, he really supported her a lot.
Right. And it's cool to see that artistic aspect of Chloe, because I feel like in the show she comes across as this very rigid person. So it's kind of cool to get this flashback of her when she was not so rigid, maybe, or like, you know, she had a little bit more of her artistic side showing. It was like, whoa, like that's kind of a fun little like snippet into her history, because you get to see a different aspect of her.
Right.
And so through learning about her father's death, we see that the killer of her father is being released, and that was kind of nuts.
But I think it allowed also some really great emotional moments for her character as well, and a lot of things that she needed to deal with that maybe she hadn't dealt with. Because even Trixie had said, you know, Mom, you don't ever talk about Grandpa. How come? You know, so it was, I think, also a healing thing too. Because even though in the past when she was a little girl, this man was sent to jail, I think as an adult, there's just so much more peace of mind when you do know that this person is getting what they deserve.
Right.
So
I know. I thought that was such an interesting case and a compelling way to open up the show. It really just grabbed us. We were, as soon as the guy pulled up the gun, we jumped like 3 feet back. And, you know, just seeing the conversation that he had with the dry cleaning person, right?
Right.
You know.
Dry cleaning. Wasn't he at a
convenience store?
No. The guy made him the sandwich.
Was it a sandwich?
Yeah, because he said, I used to bring these sandwiches to my every Thursday.
I think I was shocked by the
Hawaiian
gun.
bread.
I know. I didn't even
Hawaiian
realize
bread. I remember the Hawaiian bread.
See,
people.
That's so good. I was so shocked. I think I forgot where he was, and all I'm thinking is, oh my goodness. I was just listening more to the conversation between the characters, and I love how he was so proud of his daughter. Yeah. And despite him saying like, yeah, there's that scene in there, and you know that little moment they had before. But even the moment before his death, even when he says like, no, please just wait, and the fact that there was no pause, it was just a shot to his death.
Right, which, you know what, actually now that you say that out loud, makes me think about the fact that, you know, later on we find out that this was a planned murder. It wasn't a heist, if you will. And that should have been a dead giveaway right off the bat. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, not that they had surveillance tape of it, or maybe they did. I don't know.
Probably not the same way we have surveillance now, but yes.
Right. But I will say, did anybody else get caught off by the twist as far as it being the warden?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. I didn't see that. Completely threw me. I didn't see that coming at all. Like, I was still on the this is Uriel. I literally wrote on a piece of paper, Uriel set this up. I was ready for him to have done it, because I was like, he's coming back and he set all these dominoes up because they're trying to kill Chloe. I was obviously wrong. But
well, I mean, the show has taken so much time right now to go into Lucifer's backstory, his family history, so maybe they just felt like it's time we discovered a little bit more of who Chloe is and what she's about. So I think it was really a great direction for them to go.
It was really cool. We also got a glimpse of Chloe and Dan's meeting.
I was just going to talk about that. Adorable.
So adorable.
I love how she was just so young in heart then. You could just see she was like dropping her books and just new on the scene and trying to make a good impression, and seeing her that vulnerable, and now she's just this like strong, powerful woman. It was really interesting to watch, because I think we all kind of go through that process in life where you're kind of like, oh, the newbie and getting used to it, and then you learn the ropes, and then you're like a veteran, and it's great when you get there, but everybody goes through the process. So to kind of see Dan welcome her into the company, and he knew about her dad, so that was an obvious connection off the bat.
Well, here's the thing about Dan. Well, I've never disliked Dan. Obviously, I'm always team Lucifer, you know, in the romance aspect.
Love Tom
but I did really like the moment that they shared when they first met, because obviously that's just foreshadowing their future. But a lot of this episode also did really emphasize the fact that Dan is connected to her in that way, and he's also very sensitive. He could tell every time something was wrong or she was upset. And then here's Lucifer like, what? How did you do that? How'd you do that? And his whole motive behind the dance formation was, well, Chloe. You know, but at the same time, like 2 seconds ago, bro, she was really upset. And you're like, let's talk. I have this thing. No, I have this thing. I lost this friend. You told me to be honest, and it's all your fault. oh shit, Dan, how did you know she was upset?
Yeah, like he's
Oblivious.
so oblivious, and that's why I'm like, so you're Team Lucifer, and like not that I am Team Dan, but I feel like Lucifer's motives are always tied back to Lucifer, and so part of me doesn't want him and Chloe to end up together because he wants her. I feel like because it's someone who's denied him, and that's why he wants her. And so this whole like, I need to figure out how to. To me it feels like an angle, and I'm like, come on, because I feel like Chloe deserves better than that. I don't know.
What are you thinking over there?
This is a thought I want to hear.
I just feel like if this was a season ago, maybe you'd be right. Maybe. But since it's not, I'm going to say that she is that girl for him, right? Because I think he's experienced so many different feelings and emotions. And even if you look back, I'm going to skip ahead, but to the end of the episode when she hugs him and it's a weird, awkward, and he holds her, but then you see the head slightly start to rest on her, and it was such a subtle nuance that Tom Ellis did as an actor, but shows on the inside, you know that feeling when you hug somebody and all of a sudden it's this release of like, and that's what I saw. And again, a new emotion that he's never felt before. So I feel like anything that was superficial as far as like, I just want to bang this girl, it's changed because she's different and she's changing him. And who can't appreciate when someone is making you a better celestial being? I was going to say human, but he's not quite that.
I know, and I think it was kind of cool that he helped out Dan and kind of got to see who he is this episode instead of just seeing him as Detective Douche. He got to see the guy behind it and see that he's going to these improv classes to kind of go through all these emotions. And I was thinking like, wow, this is kind of really interesting. I love their dynamic. I love how they kind of like are angry at each other all the time, but yet there's that like underlying love for each other, and they kind of realize
like,
that
we were both douches. We're both douches.
Yeah.
Let's
and they
bond
both
over
have
that.
Chloe's best interests in mind. So I think that's kind of like a uniting thing for them.
Yeah.
I did love seeing that kind of the douchifer as they coined. I loved seeing that romance come back because I was like, oh, last episode it was gone and they're back at it. And I'm like, I love seeing them two interact, and I feel like that had to be so fun as actors to be acting as the actor. And I was like, that seemed like it was you could tell that they really enjoyed doing it and that they kind of played off of each other. So kudos, because I really enjoyed all of those scenes together, and we did get to see a softer side of Dan and kind of Dan being like, you know, Lucifer, like, you want to be like me, but I want to be more like you. And it's like they think that they're so different, but at the same time they are so similar and that they have some of the same struggles. And it's like, hey, like we all go through things, and like, don't look to me as some end all be all. Like, I can never be the best version of you. Does that make sense?
Yeah. You know what I wonder though about Dan? Okay, so the last thing I thought he was going to be doing was going to an improv house. Honestly, I thought he was at a masseuse parlor because I heard like these weird like. And I was like, is he getting a massage? Like, what is that?
Yeah, I was like, this is sketchy. It's not a good look.
Yeah. And so when he was doing the improv, two things came to mind. One was like you said, like in real life, I mean, he is an actor. He probably has done improv classes, and he's like, wow, this is home. Yeah. But the other thought was, Chloe was an actor. So what made Dan, his character, think, okay, to get my mind off of a divorce, I'm going to do something that clearly was a passion of my ex's. Yeah. Like, is it something where he secretly had a passion for that too? Or is it him just, I don't know, in his own weird way, trying to connect back to Chloe through something she used to love?
And I feel like that is, I didn't think of it that way, but that makes perfect sense. It's a way to be connected to Chloe without intruding on Chloe growing and changing as a person. Because I think he obviously still cares for Chloe, but like, I think he also understands and is mature enough to go, I have to let go. We have to move on. And so it's him finding a way to kind of still be connected, but not being connected to.
Yeah, and I thought that was a cool way for him to express himself because he's so rigid and just kind of like doesn't talk or joke all that much. But when he does, you're like, okay, I see it underneath there. And the fact that he was doing a Lucifer impression tonight shows that was funny. Maybe he knew that Lucifer was following him, or maybe not.
I don't think so. I think that he was just secretly so frustrated with him, and that was his outlet to get it out. Like, this mother fluffer is following me. He's dressing like me. He makes fun of me. Oh, look at you. You're boring and blah, blah, blah. Your life is so simple and la, 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 la. Like, I honestly think that was his version of venting because he can't vent to anybody else. He can't vent to Chloe because she'll be like, shut up. Why are you being so mean? Obviously can't vent to Lucifer. You know?
He won't care. Well, or obviously he does care. Did that shock anyone else, him getting so upset by it? I was like,
no.
It was just weird to me because I'm like, he seems so secure in who he is that I was like,
Yeah, and he was just doing it like to Dan 5 minutes before, so I'm like, it's a little hypocritical. You need to just let it.
Not even, yes, hypocritical, but at the same time, I just caught me off guard because I'm like, Lucifer, you are a very confident person, so Dan making fun of you makes you upset? Like that, I don't know, this struck me as weird. I was like,
because it's the guy he's role modeling. I was just trying to, you are my role model. I'm trying to be like you and you're making fun of me.
Okay.
But really quick, I want to stop this and I want to throw my attention to the chat because, of course, Booby69, a name like that, and you would say that she thought that Dan went to the strip club.
Yeah, well.
RJ Martinez thought it was a crack house. Empress Beastie said, me too, some kind of dive bar. Hashtag Lucifer, Team Lucifer.
Maybe all of the above. Maybe it was a strip club / crack house /
Let's do some improv.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Bring out the strippers.
Exactly.
They can improv too.
I know, that was cute.
Hilarious. Anyways, but hi to all of you guys in the chat room. Thank you so much for joining us. Sorry it's taken us so long to look on over. I think we were just so immersed in our conversation. But keep on talking. We like it. Okay.
I know, what an episode, though. Tonight was like crazy.
So much good stuff.
And what did you guys think about this Joe Fields character? How he got involved and then his family as well, his daughter?
Well, first of all, an eye for an eye never made anything better. Like, I understand that his daughter was really upset, but you really think going to kill some random girl is going to be, like, make you feel better at night?
I think that was an intentional, obviously it worked for the sake of the show because it's a crime show, but I think it also was an intentional kind of callback to the Bible because it's like an eye for an eye. That's like from a Bible. So I think the show constantly has things that kind of hint at like us reflecting on the Bible and taking it literally versus taking it and then applying it to our lives in a different way.
Right.
And I think that's what one of those things was, where it's like, although that option is available and it's a temptation from the devil, you as a human still have the choice to go, okay, I'm not going to do this. And it doesn't look like, I wrote down Joe Fields' daughter's name. I think her name was Tina. It didn't look like she was going to take the high road and not shoot her, because had Chloe not have grabbed the gun and said,
which was real slick and real good, by the way.
So I was like, oh God, that was a very scary scene for me.
Yeah, we jumped 3 feet back again for the time. We were like, we can't handle this tonight.
Yeah.
Very, very scary. So,
but the fact that Trixie came out kind of stopped everything in its tracks, which was a good thing. All she said was mommy, and I think that connected to the woman very much. She's like, oh my gosh, I'm a mother. How can I rid another daughter of her mother by doing this, even though I'm hurting so much right now?
Well, the part I actually really liked about the conversation, because I feel like Chloe handled that so well. And obviously, that's as a profession, she's used to high pressure situations. But when Trixie came out and said, mommy, what's going on? And she's like, it's just one mommy trying to help another mommy. And I think that was the straw that broke the camel's back. Like, the lady was already iffy, and obviously the gun got taken from her. But to hear those words, I think was so much, like, it just penetrated her to where she was like, what am I doing? You know, and I honestly thought that her father was still the killer, and she was just looking at this video, and of course, through her rose-colored glasses, if you will, of course, no one's going to think that their daddy killed somebody. But the fact that daddy was willing to leave his family, to go to jail, but to have money for his family to provide, I don't know how much of that I really agree with, to be honest with you.
I know, it's a tough call. Was the mom around?
Yeah, but here's the thing. You can't no amount of money is going to replace a parent that's missing.
This is true.
Be poor and have 2 parents that love you, or have some money and have a daddy in jail and know that your daddy is in jail. What's that going to do to you?
And thinking that he's a murderer, how do you handle that? That's the worst part. I think you can know in your mind, like, okay, my dad's there and he's innocent, like, and that still would kill people. Like, how could you ever do that? You'd want to go and fight for justice every day. But the fact that he was an innocent man, but it was so interesting because they definitely framed it right, where when he walked out, he smiled at Chloe. It was like, oh, hell no. All I was thinking was, like, the audacity of that man.
But did that not strike anyone? And it comes out later that he wasn't smiling at Chloe, which made sense, because I was like, how would he possibly know
what she looks like?
Exactly.
That's why I thought when he smiled, I was like, that seems weird. I wrote that down. I was like, how does he know what Chloe looks like to smile? And then, like, it comes out that he wasn't smiling at Chloe, but I was like, did no one else? Like, Chloe should have been like, how would...
But she's too busy being in her head, personalizing the whole thing.
I get it, because I would think the same thing, but I'm just like, he wouldn't know what you look like.
Yeah.
But I do think that they framed that right. The other thing is that I want to look legally into this, because I feel like a confession video, like, I feel like regardless of what you worked out with your lawyer, you could not hide that from the police. Like, I feel like that's a conflict of interest, and that's, like, obstructing justice. So I feel like that would have been put into evidence. So I thought that was kind of weird.
And it was from 16 years ago on the night. Wouldn't you want to give that to them? Like, you know, that was a personal tape, but for this occasion, I think I'll slide it on out.
Well, you know what's crazy is it also shows how good Chloe is at her job, because I would have been so busy looking at this man's confession that I wouldn't have noticed the sign that was behind him and the time and the 3-minute separation from Koreatown to this location. Like, you are just so good at your job.
Yeah, she is. She's a great detective.
I know, and that's what I love about her. I feel like every episode I actually look forward to her character, even though she's not always doing the most. It's like she's just very reliable, and you love that about her. You feel like she's like the person in your real life, in the day-to-day, that is always there for you, and I respect that. And like seeing now her with Maze living there as well, and like Maze being vulnerable this episode for the first time was just mind-blowing. I loved it. I was thinking, this is the softest side of her I've ever seen.
Well, we saw her trying. She felt hurt, obviously, because she lost a friend. It's her first friend. The first time she's lost a friend and had those feelings. And at the same time, too, trying to find her place amongst this world. You know, and then, of course, Trixie's always the one giving the wise advice and just, you know, do what you love.
And I think that it was, like, it's important that she was going to Linda to try to, like, I want to talk to my friend. I think it's important to see because last episode we saw Maze and Trixie have a connection. I think that was the first time Maze really had a human kind of see her in a not demon way. And so I think she is on this quest now to make connections with people beyond just being like little meat sacks. Because like she always refers to humans in like some offhand way.
I think it's cute that she calls her a little human.
Yeah, a little human.
But you would think, okay, Chloe, you've heard all these stories from Lucifer. I'm the devil. I'm this and I'm that. Don't you find it weird that these people are like walking around calling your daughter like a little human or a few like most people don't refer to other people as like little humans or this human or that human.
Like
A little strange, right?
Especially for her to be a detective. It's like, you think she would pick up on.
Yeah, she picks up on everything but that, which is like the funny part.
Oh, yeah. But I think Maze wants to not be seen as evil anymore because I think that for so long she was evil.
Yeah.
And now she's like, I'm not.
But she still embraces her sexual side.
Yes.
The topless maid.
Yeah. She's like, but I actually have to clean.
Yeah, but why does that have to be evil? Sex isn't evil. Like, it doesn't.
No, but she's very promiscuous about her sex.
Okay.
There's making love, there's sex, and there's the fluff word.
Yeah.
She's all about the fluff.
Yeah.
But you never know. She might find love. A Amenadiel. There were some emotions there.
There was some.
And I think there's some residual. I think that'll
reconnect those characters. Yeah. See what happens.
Yeah. Oh, somebody. Hi, Cheyenne Nina, who loved the girl talk. Little human and method actors. Oh yes, Lucifer does call Trixie offspring. That's a common one. Speaking of RJ, method actors, I love that Ella said to Lucifer, "Oh, new role."
Yeah, when he's dressed like Dan. Oh, cool.
That was so cute.
I love Ella's character, and I really hope that we get to see her because she's like very comedic relief right now, and I just hope that we get to see a little bit more of her backstory and some more insight into her.
Yeah.
Did you guys notice her moon pendant tonight?
No.
So she had a neck, and I feel like wardrobe is very important, and I feel like that is a subtle hint that she is more connected with the spiritual side than we think. Yeah.
Okay.
So I think there's like
maybe she's an angel.
Bum, bum, bum. She's a sister. Wouldn't that be crazy if she turns out to be Lucifer's sister?
That would be cute. And I liked how she helped Chloe tonight without being asked. Like I was thinking, like that's a homegirl move. Like that's what you need from somebody. Don't even ask. They can see the stress on your face. Like help me, okay? Do I have to beg for help? And she's not that type of person. Chloe will do everything by herself. When everybody was like, "Can I help Dan?" You know, Lucifer. She was like, "No, no, no." And the fact that she went the extra mile to be like, "Oh, I actually already started bringing the boxes." I was like, "Oh my god, that's awesome."
I love her character, and I'm excited to see her grow.
Yeah,
because I know
I'm like more and more.
Yeah,
I like how she interacts with Lucifer too. So I feel like she's definitely gonna give us something. And down the line, now that you said the moon necklace, I'm like, what do they got planned?
Like I think we get little snippets every time. That's like, okay, that's cute, and that just hit me, and I was like, that seems very, very interesting.
Ew, look, Samantha, we're goddesses. Hold on. Thanks, Stevie. Oh, you want? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Did you want to be a goddess too?
No, I mean it would be nice, but that's okay, Dee. It's cool. No, I am lucky to be here with two goddesses. So.
Oh, thank you. Somebody said we are the best, and I just want to say thank you so much because you guys are the best for always interacting with us
and watching finishing
and
like
staying
on
up
time.
late.
Yeah.
Because y'all know Cali time. We are like outside of Hawaii. We are like the last people to go to bed. So for some of you guys, it's like 3 a.m. and you're staying up. What, Empress BC? Aren't you in the Caribbean somewhere? I mean, like, actually. Hold on, you guys are like only 3 hours different. I was in the Caribbean like a month ago. Lies. You're not as dedicated as... No, I'm just kidding. JK. Okay, let's talk about the episode, shall we? We talked about Maze. Let's talk a little bit about her interaction. Excuse me as I kick stuff down here. Let's talk about her interaction with Dr. Linda, because Dr. Linda is obviously still in a place of fear. Right. Understandable, but when she first kicked the check back under the door, I was like, no, you did not.
I know.
So mean.
I felt really bad for Maze. Like in that moment, my heart literally sang for Maze, and I was like, no, like I really want someone to like
be
Maze
her
is
friend.
be her friend, because she seems so sweet.
Like, this is the one time she's gonna open up to, and it's gonna be one of those things. If you shut her down now, she's gonna have the wall high as the ceiling. You know?
Right,
and, like,
for
she's
sure.
not gonna want to trust anybody in the future. So this is like really important that Dr. Linda give her a chance.
I was worried about the same thing. I was like, if no one ever treats Maze the way she wants to be treated, she's just gonna go back to her old ways and like be like, okay, everyone thinks I'm a demon. Everyone only thinks I'm
just
good.
be a demon.
Yeah, it's like the self-fulfilling prophecy. Like everyone just keeps telling me this, so I might as well just be it. And so it was nice to see Dr. Linda kind of reconsider and go, oh, okay. And it was important what she said to her. She goes,
yes, I was going to bring that up.
Because she was like, well, what's changed? Like,
right.
I feel like that can be related to so many other things. It's like when you have a family member who comes out, it's like, what's changed? Like, you love this person and you like them so much. The only thing that's changed is a title or a little bit new piece of information. That didn't change the character. That didn't change their actions.
You're so right.
But you still love them. So yeah, so you know I'm a demon. So what? So yeah, so interesting. I don't know. I still feel like the show is like slowly changing us into thinking that the devil's cool. And so maybe we'll all just be like, worshiping Satan isn't so bad. I don't know. This is just a crazy idea.
It's funny though. I was thinking, Dr. Linda seems like a godly woman, if I were to guess. Like she seems very, worried about doing the right thing, taking care of people, and just kind of always making sure she has their best interest. So I think when she has the assumption or the stereotype in her head of what the devil and demons would be like, and the fact that they're so starkly different than what she imagined, it's like, okay, if I'm in cahoots with them, does that make me inherently bad? But really it doesn't. And I think that was kind of the argument she had within her head, if I were to guess, because she's a psychiatrist. So obviously she's going to go, all the wheels are rolling.
Well, it's
she's
interesting
very mental.
Because she kept on saying, I'm glad you said that, she kept on saying, but you're a demon and Lucifer is the devil. How can we be friends?
Right.
And that goes back to what you were saying, and I'm just going to apply it to life, and that's like your best friend that comes out, and you're like, well, now that I know you're gay, how can we be friends? Well, how can we not be friends? Like, we've always been friends before.
We were friends up until this point. The only thing that's happened
and I'm
now,
not into you, bro.
Yeah, right.
So.
Yeah, it's like the only thing that's changed is you know me a little bit better. Like, literally, that's the only thing that's changed. So, really, come on. Like, why can't we be friends? And,
and especially from a psychologist.
Yeah,
like, come on now.
I know, and it was cute because Maze went the extra mile to get a job, and she becomes a bounty hunter, which I'm like, yes,
dude, you can get paid to hunt people.
She was so excited.
Dude, that's the perfect job for her, and whoever thought of that, genius.
It was.
I literally love it.
I did. I thought it was really cool to see Maze kind of get into something, and like I'm excited to see where she goes with that.
Yeah, she brings her little check, and she's so proud, and they're gonna go out for a girls' night. I'm like, yeah, that'll bond you two, and like that's exactly what needs to happen in order to see like the softer side of Maze, because up until this point she's been pretty like stern, and she's not always open, but she's fun. Like, you saw that girls' night episode, and they had a blast.
Yeah.
So it's just kind of like getting her out of her box. And I think with Dr. Linda and now Trixie and Chloe, we're just going to see a lot more of her. And then now that Amenadiel is also very vulnerable, it's like this is just going to change up everything because everybody's kind of in the same box, but all just different storylines.
Right.
Sorry.
No, go ahead, because I'm about to change the subject, so you go on ahead.
Like with Maze being a bounty hunter and her bringing the warden to Chloe, the thing that I thought was really interesting about that is that as we see the celestial beings become more human, we see them, or Chloe specifically, because she had that moment where I was like, okay, she might really shoot the warden. So it's like she's becoming less human, and I was like, is it like this weird like juxtaposition where like people are shifting? And then the other thing that comes with that scene is that there's a constant reminder and another callback to the Bible that like the devil will be tempting you, and we as humans still have free choice. But they were tempting her. They're like, "Don't you want to get punishment?" And it's like it was cool to see that scene where they were like literally the devil on her shoulder because she was standing there with the gun, and they were like, "Don't you want to punish him?" And she made the decision to not do it. And it's like. It is like literally the Bible being like, yes, the devil will tempt you, but that does not mean you have to lose your humanity.
And she had a tear coming down. I was like, ooh, she's in the moment right now.
She thought about it. So,
and the fact that guy was so smug about it, like, he went a little too far. You're like, let me rip that tape off one more time.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
It's funny because the tape had lip marks on it.
I was like, that's gotta hurt.
Did you exfoliate his lips? I think you did. You don't even need a beauty cotton box. You just need some duct tape. Anyway, I actually did want to get back into that conversation that she had with him because, he was like, as soon as she pulled out the gun, and first of all, you're responsible for a lot of murders, okay? And he's over here, like, just totally chickening out over the gun, like, ew, don't shoot me with a gun. I'll give you all my players. I'll give you money. And she's like, fool, you took my dad.
Yeah.
And just know that John Decker's daughter got you.
Yeah.
Got you. Did I say John? Did I say
Gratifying.
Joe? Did I totally mess up the name? And I'm
No, it's John. Joe is the murderer.
Okay. John Decker's daughter got you. That's all you need to know.
Yes.
That was a powerful moment. That was a good moment of redemption for her. And I felt like, okay, this is really going to put her on a good place. So now we know that her past, like just a little puzzle piece of why she is the way she is. So that's going to really be something for the future. I think it was just a little seed for tonight to see. And now that she's learned and realized the power of her skills and like them all working together to figure this out, because that was a group effort tonight. Like it wasn't just 2 or 3 of them. It wasn't just Lucifer's stare this time. They had to put in work and like do a lot of background.
They're becoming a good team. They really are. And I think that now Maze has more of a purpose on the team. Because she was always like a utility player, but now she like actually has
bounty hunter. I'm like,
she legitimately is on
Lucifer with the eyes and her.
It does.
I have to talk about this. It's a very, very important matter in this television show that I did not bring up. Can we just talk about how Detective Douche?
I like it.
Let's start this conversation over. I just ruined my intro. Rewind, take that, put it back in my mouth. What I was trying to say is, I was trying to be suspenseful. Detective Douche, ladies, and a few gentlemen. He has abs!
Wow. Legitimately though, like it's like where was this hiding? Like I was like, whoa.
I literally could not. As soon as you paused for a moment, I was like, I know exactly where she's going. And yes, that towel scene was everything.
Like, okay. So that it was definitely one of those like, okay.
Didn't know those were hiding under there.
Yeah, wow. Why don't you do more shirtless scenes?
Well, I think even Lucifer was like, wait, huh?
Yeah.
Because, I like Tom Ellis, but he's a little soft compared to him. Okay.
Oh my gosh, it was so funny seeing them walk up to this killer, this guy who leads everything, and they're just in their little towels and flip-flops, and don't startle him. He's like, hello!
My name's Dan!
Exactly.
And Dan's like,
why?
And I want to kill Lucifer Morningstar. Like, that was funny. And I was thinking, is this going to come back to bite him in the end? Because I was thinking maybe if he wasn't expecting at the wrong time, that would happen.
So I'm just laughing because apparently I just started a hashtag Detective Juice. Whoopsie.
Oh my gosh.
Abs team.
Yes.
Fire.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
does need to hit the gym. That is true. And only in comparison to Dan, though. Like, Dan
sorry, dudes. All the dudes watching the show are like, can we get... Who is this lead host? Who hired her? Good Lord Jesus. Okay. Anyway, going back to that scene, though, it was an important scene because... we did get to see Lucifer say, I want you to kill Lucifer Morningstar. And everything that's coming out of his mouth is his absolute truth.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And then, of course, Dan has a little bit of, he's an ass.
Yeah, like a little jab.
Yeah. And, of course, the chair in the top was a guy going, I can tell you guys have a real hate for this man. Lucifer's like, that
was a good approach, though, because he said he was the human lie detector. So it was like, if you didn't keep it real with him, he was going to get mad. And he had all his boys right there. But it's like, what can you do in a towel? I don't know.
Well, and I think it's important because we see how affected Lucifer really is by his actions and by what's transpired with him. Because he's like, I'm just a wrecking ball. Or not a wrecking ball. I forget the exact word as he says. But he's like, I just hurt everyone. Yeah. He's like, I hurt everyone. And that is his truth. He honestly feels like everywhere he goes, he's hurting more and more people. And I think he's still reflecting on killing his brother, and with Dr. Linda, I think he's really trying to deal with a lot going on. So.
I know, so interesting. And we saw that little snippet about Uriel, which we are not sure if he's gone forever. So I don't know. It's going to be.
You better save that for predictions, young lady.
I'll be good. Fun out.
I'm going to let you guys that are watching live get into your predictions. Start typing away, putting them in the comment box so that we can get into news and gossip, and we'll do that while you guys predict, and then we'll pull your box up.
Yes.
AfterBuzz TV News.
So y'all know I like pictures. I love behind the scenes stuff, and I wanted to show some for you. So this is the first one. I don't know what scene this is, but clearly the person on the gurney is not that dead because she's taking instructions from somebody. She's laying down. You can see her face is like, huh?
Do less. Do less.
Right? Be more dead. Yeah. Can you be more dead? Okay, no problem. Anyways, and then this one I just thought was funny too. I don't know where this is. If this is LA, Chicago, not Times Square. But anyways, for those of you who are listening on the podcast, it's a big picture of Tom Ellis on a big LCD?
LED.
There you go. One of those screens. It says, I hope you all, wait, what? I hope all these big awards nominees don't forget to thank me. Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah. Anyways, I just thought it was cute. All right, next picture. And then that's Trixie.
Oh my gosh, they're
so cute. So cute. And obviously he's a daddy, so I'm sure he's excellent with her, but I just thought that was the cutest picture ever. And then this one's a really good picture.
Personality, and I love it.
She's like, bend over, please.
Yeah, that's exactly what it looks like.
And look at his face. He's like,
He's like contemplating, may I like this?
Yeah.
I might. And then, of course, what kills me about this scene, not kills me, but, okay, cool. Like, Dr. Linda and Maze are having a little bit of fun. Dude, she's in heels. Maze is in heels.
Yeah.
Is practically half of a back bend carrying another person's weight. And she's cool.
That back bend is impressive, though.
She can do it.
Right?
It's all that strength.
And this is my favorite picture. Of course, there's got Menadil in the background just peeping over the bed. And Maze she's looking so cute.
That's so cute. That's my favorite type of comforter.
We're talking about, and this is the best picture. This is my last picture from the episode with, I don't know if this would have happened yet or not, but the fact that she looks like a crazy twacked out doll with the one eyeball. You know that doll with the
right there?
Like Chucky
hey,
almost.
Yeah. There's always that doll with the one broken eye, right? The 80s doll.
Terrifying.
Anyways, those are my pictures. It's not very newsy, it's not very gossipy, but it's just fun to see our favorite characters having fun on the scenes. You know?
It is very fun.
So that leads us to our predictions. I'm going to say, we have our box pulled back up.
And now, your AfterBuzz TV
predictions. Your predictions. RJ Martinez had said he thinks that Uriel's coming back, which I
agree.
think
I'm with you, RJ. I'm so with you.
Let's see. So many captions for these pictures. Tots adorable.
Totes.
Oh,
I think there's a missing E, but yes, we get the cinnamon RJ.
Okay, well, anyways, keep going with your predictions. We have a little bit of a delay on our side, but we did see Mama trying to coax Lucifer to go back, go home, because he's like, I'm not going to hell. Heaven, go home.
Yeah, he's like, this is my home. So I think the fact that he said this, I think that was kind of another like, oh, hell on earth. Like, this is my home, and he is the ruler of hell, so hell on earth. That's what I thought.
No. It's not that Earth is his home. Chloe is his home.
Oh, precious. That is kind of really cute.
Anyhow.
I know, it's interesting. I think, to me, it's still suspicious. Why all of a sudden would God want all of them to go home?
I think
by the mom's orders.
Oh, is that what she was saying? I thought she was just trying to say I think she wants to go home.
She wants to, but she hasn't.
Well, because she kept on saying, I feel like they were alluding to the fact that Lucifer was trying to do his whole hypnosis thing to Mom. What do you want most? And she's like, my family. And I don't know if he really was hypnosing her.
And she probably is immune to it. She's like, my family.
Yeah.
And I made this answer up.
I don't know. Ivan Soto says Lucifer and Chloe will kiss next week. I like you even more, Ivan.
Let's hope.
Let's see, Lucifer. Whoa, Star Drew. I've not seen you before. Hello.
I think the goddess queen will have something on an evil plan to turn everyone to turn on God.
Oh.
Okay.
So Daniela Musella, Michael, Gabriel, Raphael. Are we talking about Ninja Turtles? Which actors would you like seen in these roles? Jason Isaacs. Okay, well, anyways.
So many comments. Thank you so much for commenting.
Yeah, I like the boxes going.
Boom, boom. I know. She said Charlotte hates Earth. So, to me, it's interesting. And she's overlooking this grave. And what we were asking, was there a body in there? Did you guys notice that? Or did it seem like an empty grave? We couldn't really tell if she was trying to tell him it's time to go home, both literally and figuratively. Yes, exactly.
Because it did, to us, it looked like there was a body. And I agree with you, RJ. I think that we will see the return of Uriel. I do. I honestly thought he set up tonight's episode, but I was wrong. So.
I didn't see the body in the bottom. I thought that it was a grave that she dug for Lucifer. Like, go ahead.
Go along now. Let's start. Yeah. I know. To me, if they're going to show heaven, that would be just an awesome thing because I think fans are super interested in it. But then again, like I wonder how they're going to angle it because it doesn't seem like it's going to be so much of a supernatural show that I'd be interested to see how they're going to approach it.
Because you're right. I don't feel like it doesn't have the same vibe as Supernatural.
Right, exactly.
So I feel like it would be very different. But I feel like we're not going to see heaven for a while.
Yeah.
I feel like we're going to go through a long period of not talking to God. I feel like it's going to be this like conflict for Lucifer.
Wow. Hold on. I'm sorry. Casket Fan 1? That's a little dark. But okay. I think Mom wants to take over heaven.
Yes, 100%.
So I think you guys are just in the same boat as we are for the most part. I think that wraps up our predictions.
Yeah.
We're running out of time. Oh, that was interesting. Kermit the Frog.
Full of noises here.
Anyway, so what I want to do right now is turn to the front so you can see all of us as we shout our goodbyes to you. Thank you again so much for participating live with us. If you can't participate live, that's okay. We love when you leave comments below. You can also do that on iTunes. I'm Alikona Bradford, taking a breath before I spit out the rest of my information. Please follow me at BoysandBeauty01, and of course, I have a podcast called Hollywood Shit. I always like to say shit because we talk about all the shit that happens here in Hollywood, good, bad, and everything in between. So look for those links on my Twitter. Find me on Instagram, Alikona. Nope, that's not my Instagram. Boys_and_beauty_Alikona. Lots of good stuff there. And also, of course, my co-host.
Awesome. I'm Ryann Graham. You can find me on Twitter at Ryan with 2 Instagram and on Instagram at Instagram.
Samantha Benitz. You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Samantha_Benitz.
And until next week, mwah, 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 hugs, kisses, and everything in between. Goodbye.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Bye, boo.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.